Hey, what's up, Facebook world? Look, I just wanted to come at you, hop on here for a second. I think my message today is mostly going to apply to gym owners and anybody in that gym space, but maybe anybody who owns their own business. I don't really know. Look, I got a bunch of friends in this gym space and owning their own gyms or fitness studios or just trainers in general. And there's no way that I could reach out to everybody and talk to them. So I just thought, I don't know, I'll put one video up and see how many people get to watch it. Look, it's like crazy, right? This whole thing is just nuts. My Facebook is almost like depressing. I get on and I just see all these gyms worried about everything, all these owners worried about everything, all these trainers worried about everything. And I get it. You know, I got my own worries and stuff. I totally get what's going on, and life's just nuts right now. But if I could just give you some advice, if I had to say something, it would be that you need to commit to expansion. And maybe that works not only in the gym industry, but maybe it works everywhere else. But I want you to be fully committed on expansion. And what that means is right now it's going to get pretty dark. It's going to get dark for a little bit. But if you commit to expanding when we come out of this thing, you're looking at just a few weeks. You're not looking at years or decades. You're looking at a week scenario, like however many weeks that is, right? If you can just make it through that, then you're gonna be so far ahead at the end. And here's what I mean by make it through. Everybody else is gonna recede right now. Everybody else is gonna go, I have 2 weeks off to binge on Netflix. I have time to do nothing. I'm just gonna get one with myself. Look, if you're an entrepreneur, that is not what you're doing right now. You should be figuring out how to go, look, I only have 2 weeks before we come out of this quarantine or, whatever's gonna happen next, right? You should be jam-packing so much energy in there that this is just one small hurdle. Look, I remember 2008. I don't know if you guys remember 2008, but I remember 2008. And I think a lot of people forgot about 2008. I remember training people in the gym and then the economy crashed and everybody just stopped and they looked up at the TVs. I didn't even know what an economy was. I was 19 years old. I was like, what is this? I just want to train people. But I mean, it was the worst day. It was phone call after phone call of people just canceling and quitting. And, that was just dangerous. I was like, what did I get into? I just started this, right? So that was terrible, but I never stopped. I never said, we're just going to get through this or I'm just going to give up. It put pressure on the scenario and what I needed to do. And for me, it was realizing that all of my clients were one-on-one clients and I was making a whole lot of money off of a few people. And I needed to just make a little bit of money off a lot of people. And that got me to start doing group training and started getting me to start doing these classes and eventually open my own gym. That's what that pressure pushed me to do. And we're about to have the same pressure. Everybody else is going to recede. Everybody else is going to relax. Everybody else is going to stop running Facebook ads. Everybody else is going to stop calling new leads. Everybody else is going to stop looking for leads. Everybody else is just going to get quiet. And dude, I want you to push to expansion. I know for me, I'm overwhelmed with how much I'm trying to expand into. That does not mean that I'm not scared. It doesn't mean that I realize that I have a family that I have to take care of. It doesn't mean that I don't realize that I got employees that have to feed their kids, dude. Like, yeah, all that's real life. And we're going through some crazy stuff right now. But I just know what I see on a, macro level of all my friends and that I've worked with over the years. And I know I can't, communicate with all of you one-on-one, but I hope anybody watching this video, now is the time to commit to expansion. You have to pivot. You have to push into this marketplace. You have to find out where these new flows are going to be rolling to. And you got to create your own stream, dude. You have to do it. Commit to expansion. I know that we can all rise up through this together. I'm excited for I know it's going to be terrible. I know the next, 2, 4, 6 weeks going to be terrible. Probably 6 months for the economy going to be terrible. But you're not playing the short game. You're playing the long game, all right? And at the end of this, if you can commit now, don't worry about the Netflix. Do not try to get caught up on anything. This is not a time to relax. If anything, you should feel pressure with how much you're about to push into when this whole thing explodes. Because it just started. It just started. It's about to get weird, all right? You need to be committed to expansion. So if you wanted it, great. If you don't want it, that's fine too, but that's my advice on the whole situation. I just hope that life is cool for everybody. I know you got your worries, I got my worries, but I'm telling you, commit to expansion. Let's just rise up. Let's do it together.